Vampire, what are you doing here? I'm here to visit the grave of my daughter, Judith. Hi, this is Cass from Aussie Cass Plays, and welcome back to my noble generation of my medieval legacy challenge. You won't recognise this sim. I don't think you'll have ever seen her before. I had an idea for the next generation of how I wanted to handle the whole butler situation or the help situation, because I didn't want to fill the house with non-family members, because then you have to kind of take care of their needs and stuff as well. So my plan, my glorious plan, which isn't working by the way. So Aimee's friends with this sim. Her name is Tiana. She lived in a house in the neighborhood. She currently doesn't live anywhere because I've tried adding her to the family and removing her and everything to test this. I was going to have stayovers because you can have a 6-day stayover. You can ask this sim to help out. They come and stay with you, but they don't live with you full time. And I figured that would be a really great way to have a butler or a maid or something who I could choose who they were. So this is Tiana. She is in theory our maid. However, it would not let me add her for a stayover. For whatever reason, she's not appearing in the list. I've got my dodgy workaround, which is I've created a club. I've called it Water State Staff, and I have started a gathering. The reason all of the blokes in the household are sad is Anaya has passed away. So Gabriel's sad because he lost his mum. The two little ones are sad because they lost their grandmother. Even though I don't think Felix ever met Anaya. I think Edward did, because we had a stayover. I'm like, would it work now? I don't know. When you get inside, go sit down. What I might do is have him invite his friend over. Has it forgotten that he met James? I mean, they did meet when they were infants, so for some reason, Gabriel was able to start a stayover with Tiana, even though he doesn't really know her that well. They can only run for 6 days, but if I go like this and add a stayover, I can actually queue a ton of them, which is really interesting. That's kind of what I was hoping. So in theory, I hopefully won't have to rely on the club gathering. We're going to just test it and see how it goes. How are you guys going? You're having a nice little chat. So this is James as a child. Galahad was it Olive's? No, not Olive. Eleanor's son. This is Eleanor's grandson. I actually looked up medieval kids games before I recorded this because I was like, I wonder what they would do. Apparently chess and backgammon were really common. So I thought maybe symbols might be the closest we could get to backgammon. Obviously we do actually have chess in the game, but I'm not sending the kids out in a blizzard. And likewise, if it weren't blizzarding, I would have sent them out to make like snowmen or something. By the way, I got a new mod. For those of you who don't watch my other series, this is actually called Granny's Cookbook. You can cook all sorts of cool additional foods and stuff. So I've been using it obsessively in all of my saves. Highly recommended. Tiana's neat sim. Like, she started with neat. She got perfectionist just in the last 24 hours while I was messing around with the game. Well, she also had jealous and foodie. She had those already and I left them. Boston was also jealous. I don't know whether, you know, being a butler, you're just required to be jealous. But my theory is Tiana came very strongly recommended to Aimee. She came with strong letters of recommendation. Maybe the previous butler, Jocelyn, quit. Or maybe the drinking problem she had, which is probably why there's a drink on the table because I only just fired her. She was constantly drinking. Maybe Aimee just got tired of it and let it go. So these guys are playing symbols. I wanted them to be best friends, so I was very sad they didn't already know each other. He's like, I'm going to go play piano. If your friend's going to go play piano, maybe you could go listen. I think I gave him a lag for piano. I actually can't remember. I aged up a lot of Sims today. I always do. I love this challenge. I really do. But, oh, hello, Willow's here. No, James. Come and say hello to Willow. You do need to meet one more person. Do a respectful introduction to her. What was I saying? I love this challenge, but it's a lot of work. I think that's where I was going with that. The other thing I wanted to let you guys know, I had a look at the challenge rules. I actually did it in the last part. You may remember I was talking about what skills he needed to finish this gen, what skills Gabriel needed. Oh my God. Oh no. I'm just going to pause it here because that is terrifying. Penelope just arrived. This is Mira's sister, the vampire who turned Judith. What I was going to say, and I'll pull up the rules, I'll put them on screen so we can all forget that Penelope's standing right next to our heir and scaring me. What it actually says, the thing I missed when I was looking at the next generation is the king, so Edward, needs to complete Big Happy Family. Big Happy Family requires you to have 4 grandchildren. So we're going to be playing at least one more generation after Edward's an adult and has met all of his other goals, because his kids, at least one of his children, needs to get married and have multiple children. While next generation is the last generation of the challenge, we do actually have one more generation after that. So I know some of you were commenting you'd be sad when this was finished. I just want to let you know we do actually have quite a while to go, because Big Happy Family is a really long aspiration. But we have a problem. Here's my theory. Willow heard Penelope was coming and showed up. Amy's actually on her way to bed. She was exhausted. Gabriel is getting himself some dinner. Edward's seen Willow at the door. He knows Willow is a correspondent of his mother, which is why he's gone out to say, Willow, we weren't expecting you. You know, Lady Willow, would you like to come in? Obviously, she's not officially a lady, but I think Edward would be very polite. Penelope's come and landed in the middle of them and is probably, you know, gloating and being generally hostile. I'm going to have Willow say to him, go inside, Edward, right now. I'm going to have her do a rude introduction. She's like, vampire, what are you doing here? And Penelope's like, you know, I'm here to visit the grave of my daughter, Judith. Now, they both immediately hated each other, which is fantastic. And she's apparently uncaring. Willow's like, the grave's over there. Now, I'm going to use the freeze ray on her. So what I'm saying, this isn't a freeze ray, it's more like a magic wand. Use your imagination. And she's going to freeze Penelope. And then I guess she'll go inside and talk to Gabriel. So she's knocking the door. We'll have him come out. Why are you feeling queasy? He's correctly sensing that Penelope's at the door. So he's heard the knock. He's coming out. He's like, you know, Princess Amy's asleep. What is it? Oh my God, Willow, you're here. So she's like, I came here because I heard Penelope was on her way and she's downstairs. And he's like, what do you mean she's downstairs? She's like, it's okay. She's outside. I've kind of put her on ice, but we need to deal with her. How well this is actually going to work, I don't know. Edward's gone to his bedroom. That's great. So we've come out here. He's like, I should go get the knights. And she's like, we don't have time. I don't know how long that spell will last. So they're gathering some sticks from, you know, trees and stuff. And there's tons of fires inside. There'd be lots of firewood. And then they're going to start. We can actually just do it with debug. Oh, hey. I mean, the fire worked, but it does melt her. I was hoping she wouldn't get defrosted, but she did. Her skin tone changed. That's an interesting side effect of a freeze ray. Well, that was a disaster because now everyone's awake. Is anyone thinking about poor Felix? He's like, what's going on? I hear screaming. Oh, Gabriel went to get Felix. Look, I love you, buddy, but please just come and put this fire out so I can do something else. Oh my God, Penelope's come out here and she's laughing. So they tried to build a fire under Penelope and didn't kind of bank on the fact that it was gonna mess with the ice. I was hoping the game wasn't that smart, I'm not gonna lie. She left. I was kind of hoping we were gonna get her then. I was like, well, maybe if that didn't work, my secondary plan was I'll freeze her again, but out in the sun. And then hopefully the sun would destroy her. I might actually have Willow stay the night. I'm not going to move her back in with the Fae just yet. Poor Aimee. Last time her mother got killed by a vampire when she was pregnant, and this time she's going to start thinking being pregnant is just bad luck. So she's like, I got here just in time. She at least got to drive Penelope off, and Penelope obviously couldn't do anything where she was right there because she wouldn't have been able to bite anyone because there's garlic all around the outside of the house now. That was totally unexpected. It's 8:30 in the morning. We apparently just had another fire start. Oh. That's upgraded though, right? It has a fire guard. Well, now I'm starting to think we're haunted. Can we extinguish that with the freeze ray, please? I don't understand that at all. Anyway, I'm very confused. Tiana's approaching Willow and saying, so you came here to protect them from the vampire. Willow's like, yeah, I'm part of the extended family. You may have guessed, know some Fae. Tiana's like, yeah, I put that together. Willow's saying the Fae don't have a part in the war right now, but there are some among the Fae who care about this family and don't want to see any harm come to them. And Tiana's like, that's really interesting because I'm not part of the family, but I know someone who is, and they had asked me to come here for the same reason. Willow's saying, well, who asked you? And Tiana is kind of being a bit cagey, and she's like, well, I'm not sure I should say. And Willow's like, hey, I told you that I had links to the Fae. Which member of the extended family asked you to come here? And Tiana's saying, are you familiar with someone called Desiree Graham? And Willow obviously saying yes. Her surname is Graham. I think they're cousins. Willow's Crispin's son, and Crispin is first cousins to Desiree. Tiana's basically saying, yeah, I was asked by Desiree to come here and keep an eye on everything here, given the war, because while the king won't accept the help of Desiree directly, obviously Desiree's quite concerned the line of heredity is preserved as well. Like, she wants to make sure that the future king is looked after. She cares about that. She doesn't want to see turmoil in the realm, and it's a member of her extended family as well. So these two are having a little bonding session over the fact that they both came here for the same reason. She's now talking about vampires, which is great. Is she in her third trimester? Yes. So we're probably going to see a baby sometime today. The other thing I was dead keen to do in this part, because it's something I discovered, I wanted to host a dinner party. I discovered that if you host a dinner party, you get a huge boost of charisma. And Gabriel needs charisma. I guess what we could do, I don't know how this is going to affect the stayover is the only thing. I was just thinking I could have him plan a dinner party. We could do it straight away. We could invite some of the knights over and he could tell them what happened during the night. And we're going to have it at the water state and we're going to have it right now. Does that affect the stayover? It does not. That's great. All right. So Gabriel's got the group together and he's telling them about what happened with Penelope, and Willow's probably asked him to kind of keep her involvement, like how she managed to trap Penelope on the down low. She knows being Fae descendant wouldn't necessarily be cool with the knights. So they're saying, look, they managed to catch the vampire temporarily. They tried to set her on fire, but it was nighttime. She transformed into a bat and she escaped, which isn't that far away from what actually happened. Basically filling them in, they're saying, look, you guys got really lucky. We don't, as knights, generally try to intercept a vampire or anything until the sun's up. We try and corner them where they're sleeping. They're saying it's interesting that this Penelope is in the neighborhood. We're going to do a door-to-door search today, checking people's basements and sheds and all that kind of stuff. Little Felix just walking through. Honestly, this is not a place. Oh, he's been called to meal. This is not a place for a little bean. So that's the gist of that. I wanted to do the dinner party anyway because I'm curious. After what happened in my last Not So Berry episode, we got a ton of charisma. And I seem to vaguely recall doing, because I had to do the same thing, Silver Dinner Party, in an off-screen save. And I do seem to remember everyone getting a bunch of charisma. And if these guys now get a bunch of charisma, I don't feel guilty about keeping it on. Oh, perfectionist. Yeah, look, see, he just bumped up to level 10. Sure, you can be a perfectionist. And the others all got a ton of charisma too. These guys are all going home now, which is great. Gabriel, despite the fact it was a dinner party, didn't get any food. So I'm going to get him to get some food. And I'm going to actually just leave Willow in the house until Aimee has the baby, just because I don't want to go through a ton of loading screens. But Willow is feeling more comfortable about leaving these guys now, because she knows Tiana's here. Tiana didn't actually say she was a spellcaster, but Willow is certainly assuming that that's the case, given the way that conversation played out. Alright, it's 2:30 in the morning, 3 a.m, and Aimee's just gone into labour, so that's fun. Willow has no real experience midwifing. I think Gabriel would actually be more use in this situation than Willow would be. She hasn't helped anyone have a baby. I think she could offer moral support and that would be about it. So Aimee's kind of on her own this time around, which is a bit traumatic. At least it's not as traumatic as when Felix was born. Yeah, no, go to the bathroom. Go. Oh, she's so tired. She's so tired. The poor thing. Let's do this. Let's see what she's pregnant with. You guys had some awesome baby name suggestions, by the way. I really like the name Arya, but then I realized we already have an Arya, which is the Queen of the Fae. So I don't think I really want to do that. It is a girl, which is very exciting. I'm actually torn between a few different suggestions, but I think I'm going to go with Justine, which was a suggestion by Lena Hoover. It has that kind of noble sound to it, and they could call her like Tina for short. I feel like that's probably what the nickname for that would be. The Nubu has not come out yet. She's working very hard. Basically gonna have her feed the baby if it's hungry and then go straight to bed. Here we go. Little bitty baby girl. Oh, she's tired. Aimee, put the baby down. Put the baby down, Aimee. Gotta go to bed. You're about to pass out and smash your head on the floor. Gabriel's like, it's fine, I got this. You know, I've had infants before. It's like, I'm a pro at this point, which is kind of true. He's been a reasonably hands-on dad. Obviously, he can't feed the baby, but he can do a lot of other stuff. And how cute are they together? Now, in the next part, assuming we don't have random vampire attacks, I want to focus on his aspiration, because I want little Edward to make a BFF. And then I think he needs to know, is it like 2 adults and 5 kids or something? There's some absurd number at the next level that he needs. I'm gonna leave this one here. Hope you like it. I feel like it was total chaos, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, I don't mind a bit of chaos, but this was like pure chaos. Obviously, it's awesome that we have a little baby girl finally. Gabriel seems over the moon he's still here, which is adorable. I don't want them to have any more kids, but also I'm not going to tell them not to. So our 10% chance of pregnancy on every woohoo could mean we end up with more. Next gen we have to have 5, which is actually how we started. We started with a 5 gen thing. Like, first gen had to have 5 kids. I'd love to hear what you guys think. If you've enjoyed, please like and subscribe. You know the drill. Don't forget to wash your hands, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.